was your reaction when Oliver Ekman-Larsson found the back of the net there and over?
Yeah, well, he turned the corner there, and you knew right when he came out of that turn, he had the speed to get there. He had incredible good finishing hands. The question was, was Evan going to be able to get him the puck, and he did. Good for him. He's played incredibly hard for us and incredibly well, and you like to spread those overtime, kind of those special goals around a little bit. He's earned one.
We talked earlier about how your team has remained so comfortable in these uncomfortable situations.
Yeah.
They get that late goal to tie things up.
It didn't. This is a hard game, I think, for both teams. I think the Islanders have had a very difficult schedule in the month of January. It looks a lot like ours, but we're 4 games in 6 nights, 3 of those on the road, starting a different time zone. There was nothing smooth or pretty or easy about the game, and we never fought that. I don't think that we ever fought it trying to make it better than it was going to be. It was going to be ugly and a grinder. So when they tied it at the end, it wasn't, just wasn't the end of the job. We had to kind of keep pushing.
What did you like most about the overall defensive game?
I didn't think we hurt ourselves mentally. I think we couldn't move the puck the way we normally would. We lost some battles. Our legs maybe weren't there. But we weren't foolish with what we did. We kind of accepted, all right, we're running at about 60 to 70% gas. Let's not put ourselves in a position that we get into a track meet in this one. So there were a lot of dump pucks by both teams, right? Neither team forced the issue at the offensive line. They weren't trying to create stuff. Neither were we. It was a grinder, and we just got real comfortable with that.
I have a bit of a two-parter here.
Hit me.
I mean, what caused you to move Mackie Samoskevich off of that first line?
Mm-hmm.
And how impressed were you that he kept pushing and drew that penalty there with his speed?
Yeah, it was a balancing act, actually, because I thought, first of all, we got a couple of games without scoring a 5-on-5 goal. They've got 3 pretty solid defensive lines that they run against. And my original idea with all of us was to see Samoskevich play with Lundell and Lustrine. That's what I wanted to see when we brought him back up. Barkov happened to get hurt, so the whole thing kind of just timed out for the other line to go back together, for Samoskevich to start with Barkov. But that's what I wanted to see, and I was happy with it, right? So he draws a penalty, and rightfully so. I thought he was as good as the rest of the hockey team in terms of some of its defensive assignments, but he's back. He's here now. He's trying stuff. You want a young guy to figure out what he can get away with and what he can't. We want him to get away with as much as he possibly can, but there are certain kind of rules you have to adhere to. This stint here, he was very, very good. Like I thought he was more dynamic, tried more stuff. You see in the confidence in him starting to grow. So it wasn't an emotion. It was a balancing of the lines. And I started this. I talked to Bill about 10 days ago. I said, I'd like to see Samoskevich with Lundell and Luosterainen at some point, possibly before the break. So I wanted to see it tonight.
Coach, have you been so solid on the road lately?
Yeah.
Game after game.
There wouldn't be a lot of pieces of our game that weren't right. So the last 2 are power play scored goals for us, and our goaltending has been very, very strong on the road. But we've had nights, I guess in Pittsburgh the night penalty kill, it was 15 minutes. Penalty kill time was brilliant. So, and the nights that those 2 units have been quiet, our 5-on-5 games has been good. So it's kind of whatever the game presented us, we've had an answer to it in part of our game.
I mean, how important is it to have a team that can win in so many different aspects there?
Well, you want to be able to handle speed teams and rush teams, I think, primarily because when you get, when you're prepping for your playoff game, the teams that make the playoffs have a tremendous amount of speed, I think, first and foremost. So you want to be able to handle that. And then you got to be able to win the game on the walls, because then the playoff game eventually takes fast teams and it puts them on the wall. So being able to kind of grind some of these out, win some of the track meets, have confidence in your special teams is important.
How would you assess where your team is entering the All-Star break?
Happily tired, right? They're tired. So we get a 3-day, the Christmas break the entire league gets. And really for us, we haven't had 2 consecutive days off at home without a game since December 4th and 5th. It's a tired hockey team. And they've battled and played hard and played through injuries and won enough games that we can be at least pleased with the effort and the result for the break. So they should be happy with themselves. They should be very tired, and I hope they get lots of rest.
Thank you. Thank you. Will you continue to embrace embrace that next man up mentality? Just what was going through your head in overtime there?
Just trying to make the save. Obviously, you look up and down our lineup, you know that we have some extremely skilled players that can make plays, and if we get the puck, going, start cycling it in the offensive zone, good things are going to happen. And on that play, Roddy was screaming for it, so I just tried to put it in an area where he can just kind of swing into it. And he made a great pass to OEL, and he buried it.
What impressed you most with how the defense played in front of you?
It's tough. You go back to back, and obviously it was a hard-fought game last night. A lot of energy exerted, but just the way that we were able to kind of just pack it in and kind of just worry about the D zone. And I thought the D did a great job tonight of letting me see the shots from the point. Obviously, the Islanders are a very big team, and they like to get in front of you, and they did a great job for me.
Well, Maurice earlier today was talking a lot about the connection you have with Rob Tallis and how he's helped you improve. Just what can you say of how he's impacted you?
Yeah, he's been huge for me and the success I've had this year. He believes in me, and I just think that his game plan for me. Obviously, you look at Bob and the way he's been playing this year. I completely understand why he's getting the games that he's getting, but at the same time, it's up to me to stay ready for my opportunity. And I just think that the game plan that Tally's kind of instilled, and he's forced me to work, and some days are a little harder than others, but he keeps it light, he keeps it fun, and he's a great guy. And Bob and I have a great relationship, and I think you need that. It's a long season, and we push each other, we connect with each other, just kind of talk about things. So it's nice having a relationship with those two.
Among goaltenders who have similar playing time to you, you have the best save percentage and goals against average on the road. When you hear that, just what comes to mind and allows you to be so effective, and especially in this role?
It's just, like I've always said, I just want to be reliable. I just want to be someone that the team can count on. When my name's called, that I'll be able to go out there and give an honest effort. And you look down at the other end, Varley played extremely well. So you're trying to match him save for save, and you're just trying to stay engaged in the game, whether that's playing the puck, talking with guys. So I think it's huge to do that, and happy we can come out with one tonight.
A lot to like heading into the All-Star break. What are you most pleased with where this team is at?
Honestly, I think just the way we've been able to stick together. I mean, obviously, you look at we went from 9-game winning streak, 4-game losing streak, and now we've won 4 in a row. And just the way we've kind of stuck together. We've went through a lot of adversity, and guys are kind of just sticking up for each other, and it's kind of been that next man up. You look at guys up and down the lineup, the guys that we can kind of insert, and they understand their role. So everyone's just going out there doing their job, and good things are happening.
Thank you. Thanks very much.
Thank you. Sam, a lot of hockey played these last 24 hours. What was everyone's reaction when Oliver got the game-winning goal in overtime?
Yeah, just a lot of excitement. I mean, it's probably wasn't the prettiest game to watch, but two teams competing out there, not giving much space. So we knew it was going to come down the wire, and it was nice to get the extra point.
What did you like most about the overall defensive effort from your team?
Yeah, not much time and space, for them and us as well. So, it seems to be the way we both play when we play each other. So, no shocker tonight.
A lot of hockey played these last 24 hours, second consecutive game going to overtime. What was it that kept you and your teammates going?
Yeah, I think just the simplicity of the game plan we were executing tonight. We knew we weren't going to have the same jump. A lot of travel, a lot of play, but they're in the same boat too. Because this time of the year, it's the last one before the break, so it's a nice one to stick with and come out with a win.
You're very humble, but I do have to ask: 20 power play goals, setting a franchise record. You're now running a 13-game point streak. Just how have you been?
It's been pretty fun. I mean, the power play came up really big tonight. Back to back, not much jump. That's an important couple goals to get. To keep us in the game.
How have you guys been so solid on the road lately? The streak late in the road.
I don't know. It's just sometimes easy to accept playing a tight game. I think when we play it at home too, but on the road it's easy to mentally prepare for that. Because it's obviously so hard to win on the road in this league, and when we play like that, we give ourselves opportunities every night.
How would you assess where your team is at entering the All-Star break?
I like it. I mean, you kind of ride the waves, in the season. I think you look back to a week or two ago when we were kind of on that low skid. you know, we were doing some positive things, and we were able to stick with it. And you know, these points to end this little segment of January were big for us moving forward, and we're going to look to keep that momentum.
As you look ahead to the All-Star game, what are you most looking forward to?
Just the whole experience. I mean, first time for me, so going to take it all in with family and friends.
Has your dad given you any advice?
I think just that. You know, as a kid growing up in our rec room, it was always cool looking at his All-Star jerseys. So, you know, I like they went with like the retro look this year.
Thank you.